Carney would love to keep it. You know, he supports all of these radical net zero policies. He wrote a book about it. Remember, he said, these are my values, because the book's called Values.
May have read it,
Yeah. His values were to keep 50% of our oil in the ground and to not only have carbon taxes, but to massively increase them. But now he expects us to believe that he's thrown away his values on these sorts of things. I don't believe that he's changed his mind. I think he's changed his tune. But the EV mandate is a complete nightmare for the auto sector, for consumers. I would get rid of it right now, bring in free choice. By the way, the other problem with the EV mandate is that a lot of the automakers are being forced to buy credits because they can't produce enough EVs in Canada to meet the mandate. The only way around that is to pay a tax or buy a credit from a foreign, probably American, electric maker.
Call it Tesla.
A Tesla tax. And
Tesla's
ironically,
doing very well from this.
I've heard some people tell me, and they haven't published yet, but that our automakers are going to have to pay millions of dollars in effectively taxes to Tesla in order to get around Mark Carney's EV mandate. This is madness. Let consumers decide. They want to drive a Tesla, they can do it. But if they want to drive an old-fashioned gas and diesel-powered vehicle like I do, like I've always believed in, then let them do that too.
We've got the Alberta MOU. There was one with New Brunswick. Earlier today, Doug Ford was in Ottawa signing an agreement with Mark Carney for one review process, one environmental review process, which, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the law up until 2015 when you were part of the Harper government. You guys did that, and the Liberals said no. I don't want to, we'll get into the Alberta MOU in a moment, but this idea that the Prime Minister has to go around and sign these deals, I mean, isn't this just how the country should be working? Like, why are to me, especially the Ontario and the New Brunswick ones, it feels like it's just optics.
Well, it is. It's ironic. It's all he has to do is get out of the way. So, as you say, he goes to Ontario and says, well, sign a deal to remove the duplicative regulations that the Liberal government has imposed. Well, why not just get rid of those duplicative regulations? If you admit, as he does, that they're not necessary to protect the environment, hence the MOU, why not just get rid of them for all the provinces? Let provincial governments protect the environment, which is their duty for projects that are within the boundaries of one province. Likewise with Alberta, why not just get rid of the devastating Liberal regulations and let the industry thrive, rather than doing one-off agreements to get around those rules? We all agree that the problem in Canada with resources is that we have this wall of red tape and regulations blocking us from our resources. Carney's solution to too much bureaucracy is to create even more bureaucracy with a new agency that goes around old agencies, with new rules that go around old rules. Why not just get rid of the obstacle in the first place, get out of the way, and let us produce our resources?